Chapter 14. Echoes along the Towpath. After a few vibrant days exploring Manchester, Emma found herself drawn back to the quiet rhythm of the canal. Each moment in the lively city had left a distinct impression. Bustling markets, cosy pubs, and Castlefields historic canals where the past seemed to linger in every corner. The industrial red brick warehouses and the historic locks offered a view into the city's storied past, weaving together the legacies of industry and innovation. As she readied serendipity to leave, the autumn air felt both refreshing and familiar, hinting at the peace awaiting her along the waterways. Emma's journey took her southward, winding through Manchester's outskirts and into the countryside's quiet embrace. The busy city sounds faded into the background, replaced by the gentle trickle of water and the rustling of leaves as they drifted down from the trees. The canal glistened, and the trees along its banks displayed the last of their amber and russet hues. Golden leaves floated on the water's surface, creating an enchanting mosaic as serendipity glided gently forward. Each mile brought a quiet beauty, a reminder of how much Emma treasured these moments on the water, where her thoughts could drift as freely as the boat. Reaching Waters Meeting, she turned towards Preston Brook Junction, where the Bridgewater Canal meets the Trent and Mersey Canal. The landscape gradually transformed, revealing open fields and wooded areas that framed the canal with a timeless charm. Here, Emma felt as though she was travelling deeper into history, tracing the routes taken by boaters for centuries. With her hands steady on the tiller, she felt a renewed appreciation for this timeless way of travel. No rush, just the gentle forward movement that matched the pace of her own thoughts. Turning towards Runcorn at Preston Brook Junction, Emma noticed fewer boats, creating a sense of solitude that felt comforting after the busy city scenes. She passed quiet towpaths, where the occasional walker or cyclist greeted her with a friendly nod. She found herself captivated by the ever-changing scenery along the waterway, the glint of sunlight on the water, the shifting hues of autumn leaves, and the soft shadows cast by the trees. It felt as if she were gliding through a living painting, each scene reminding her of the beauty in simple moments. One evening, Emma moored serendipity in Runcorn at the end of the truncated Bridgewater Canal. She took a leisurely walk, stopping at a local cafe where the warmth of tea and the smell of freshly baked goods welcomed her in from the cold. The cafe was filled with the quiet hum of conversation, locals exchanging stories of daily life, and she felt a comforting sense of belonging among these friendly strangers. She chatted with a few locals and learned about Runcorn's historic connection to the Manchester Ship Canal. They spoke of how, years ago, this stretch of the canal had thrived with trade, linking inland towns to bustling ports. Although the connection to the Manchester Ship Canal was no longer in use, the stories painted a vivid picture of a time when Runcorn had been a vital hub for canal trade. Recently, however, local efforts to revive this historic link had begun through the Unlock Runcorn scheme. Emma had heard about the ambitious project aimed at reconnecting the Bridgewater Canal to the Manchester Ship Canal, restoring a direct route that had been lost to time. The plan included reopening the old flight of locks, creating a 570-metre stretch of navigable water to link the canals once again. Emma learned that Unlock Runcorn wasn't just about restoring a historical feature. It also promised to bring new life to the area, attracting tourism and revitalising the local economy. She imagined boats once again passing through Runcorn on their way to Liverpool or Manchester, linking communities in a way that honoured the town's past while paving the way for a vibrant future. The project was still underway, but the energy and hope it had sparked in the community were palpable. Emma couldn't help but feel inspired by this vision of reconnecting waterways and communities, a fitting reminder of the resilience and timeless spirit of canal life. The next day, as Emma continued back towards Preston Brook, she received a message from Jack. She smiled as she read it, feeling a familiar warmth. "Manchester looked good on you, Emma. I've decided to winter over at Anderton Marina this year. Decent facilities and it's close to some friends. You should join me if you're nearby. It'd be good to have company." Emma chuckled, recalling her own journey down the Anderton boat lift and the marvel of its engineering. She quickly replied, "That sounds wonderful, Jack." I'll join you when the time's right. Just a few more things I want to see along the way. Looking forward to it. The thought of spending winter at Anderton Marina, sharing stories and exploring with Jack, made the weeks ahead seem even brighter. Anderton had always felt like a unique place, both a marvel of engineering and a place for boaters to gather and share experiences. Though she'd already travelled the lift once, she knew there was always more to discover in the company of a friend. Knowing her winter plans were taking shape, Emma resumed her journey, savouring each day on the water. The canals had taught her the beauty of moving slowly, allowing each new place to settle in her heart before moving on. She began to reflect on the weeks and months she had spent on Serendipity, finding a sense of peace in the simplicity and rhythm of canal life. As she approached Preston Brook Junction, she took in the tranquil atmosphere that surrounded her. The area was quiet and charming, with small farms and patches of woodland creating a serene border along the canal. Here she felt the subtle pull of history, knowing that many boaters before her had passed this way, seeking connection, work, or adventure. Emma decided to stay at Preston Brook for a couple of nights to rest and reflect on her recent travels. She found a nearby village with a welcoming pub and spent an evening enjoying a warm meal, her thoughts drifting between memories of Manchester and the plans awaiting her at Anderton. As she returned to Serendipity under the stars, she felt the quiet calm of the night settle around her, wrapping her in the contentment of a life lived in the gentle cadence of the waterways. The next day, she strolled along the towpath, taking in the scenery and exchanging greetings with other boaters who had also stopped at Preston Brook. There was a subtle camaraderie among them, a shared understanding of the life on the canal. Many of them, like Emma, were preparing for winter, discussing plans for mooring and ensuring their boats were well equipped for the colder months. She listened with interest to their stories, feeling a kinship with these fellow travellers. One evening, she met a retired couple moored nearby who had spent decades exploring the canals. They shared tales of past journeys, the changing seasons, and the joy of discovering new places, each story deepening Emma's appreciation for her own journey. The couple spoke of their early days on the waterways before the popularity of canal life had truly blossomed, when the canals had felt like hidden paths through England's heartland. "Once you're on the water, it never leaves you," the woman had said, a soft smile on her face. "These canals have a way of calling you back, no matter how far you go." Emma nodded, understanding that sentiment now more than ever. The canals had become her sanctuary, a place where each turn and bend in the water brought new insights and connections. With the week drawing to a close, Emma, having filled with water, moored Serendipity at Preston Brook, preparing for a restful night. The canal's calmness was a perfect ending to her week, and she watched as the twilight settled over the water, casting a silvery glow. She thought of the journey ahead, knowing that Anderton and Jack's company awaited her, but for now she was content to let the quiet of Preston Brook cradle her in its peaceful embrace. As she drifted into sleep that evening, the soft murmurs of the canal filled her with gratitude, a reminder that her path was just as meaningful as her destination. The water held a sense of continuity, a link between the past and present, and she knew she was part of that legacy, gliding along a route that had been travelled for centuries.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this chapter of Emma's Canal Chronicles, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit subscribe for more canal-side adventures and reflections with Emma. There's plenty more in store, so stay tuned for the next chapter in Emma's journey. And here's something special for the holiday season. Join Emma and Jack for a spine-tingling Christmas ghost story told by John, right here on Emma's Canal Chronicles. Experience a haunting tale of mystery and nostalgia, perfect for the cozy winter nights ahead. Plus, if you love storytelling on the go, don't forget to check out Audible. Emma, Jack, and John all enjoy audiobooks as they cruise along the canals, and now you can too. Use the link in the description to start your membership and dive into thousands of titles, from canal-themed tales to so much more. Whether you're walking, in the car, or on the boat, happy listening. The Audible link is an affiliate link, meaning I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you if you decide to sign up. Thanks for supporting the channel.